How's it going, everybody? This is AfroDJMac, and I'm here to talk to you about the foundational drum beat sample pack. Now, this is a collection of 275 drum samples that I've created to solve a problem that I have. Every time I start a track, I find myself kind of making the same beats over and over again. Usually they're pretty basic foundational beats that I start with that I might embellish later on, but I do this over and over again before I really start making my music, and I'm finding it's taking away a little bit of my time and my creative energy, and sometimes I spend a lot of time searching for the right kit or searching for the right sounds, and I can lose my sort of inspiration if I'm not too quick with that. So this collection of sounds is designed to solve that problem. So first, let me just add this to my places in Live. I'm going to go to Add Folder, and I've got my foundational drum beats folder on my desktop. I'm going to pick that, and you're going to get two things. So first we'll open that, and now we've got it right here in our places, and it comes with two different folders that are almost the same. The first folder are just the basic samples, the basic loops that can be used in any DAW, not just Ableton Live. The second folder is an Ableton Live session, and this has the samples just like before under processed and crop. We got our different collection of samples. They're divided up by closed hi-hats, crash cymbals, open hi-hats, and ride cymbals. But the best way to use this in Ableton Live is to open up this session here, and I've got my different tracks that these are organized by. So the number indicates the BPM, and then we have closed hi-hats, open hi-hats, ride cymbals, crash cymbals. And these are really simple beats for the most part. They're just there to provide like a starting point for your music. So we got one right here. We can just preview, and we can just go through our different clips like this and check them out. And we can drop them right onto our audio track, and then we can play them. And here's our first beat. And we could go maybe sample a different one. And maybe I'll go into, say, my ride cymbal collection, and we'll take one of our ride cymbals and see what these sound like. And it's just a nice, clean beat that you can start building your tracks over. We've got open hi-hats. We've also got crash cymbals. Right now, my BPM's at 80, so these 80s are kind of the most logical ones to use because they're going to play back at the tempo they were recorded at. But if you were to raise your tempo, of course, since it's in an Ableton Live clip, it will change the BPM. So when we go to like 120, it's being warped. But it would make more sense to say go inside our 120 collection and just grab something here that was recorded at that BPM. And you can hear these are acoustic drum kits. I recorded all of these myself, just playing very basic beats, kick, snare, and a cymbal. And that's it. So I'm gonna we'll stay at 120, why not? We'll open up maybe another closed hi-hat and just grab this one, see what we got. Okay, so here's our loop. Nice, smooth, and fluid. And there are a bunch of different things you can do with these. So, I mean, first of all, you can just go on and make your tracks, but we could go into, say, arrangement view and drop our clip down there. And then we could go in here. We could start rearranging this. We could say, maybe we'll take this right here, and maybe we'll like do kind of like a double snare. So I'm just going to drag this here, and maybe we'll just work with this 4-bar bit right here. So what you can do is just rearrange these as you like inside arrangement view. You know, we can say maybe take this one, we can reverse it, see what we get with that. You know, you can have a lot of fun with that and make new clips if you like. We can go back inside here and we can play around with some of like the cool features we got inside of Live. Like, so I'm on my push, so I might as well use this. I'm gonna convert this particular clip to a simpler. And now we've got our drum beat in a simpler instrument. And we can play it back at all different pitches. right? So we can go into slicing mode, and now we've got all our drums divided up, in this case, by transient. And all the different sounds are right there. And you can play around with those just like that. So now that we've got it in our slicing mode, we can go in here and start sequencing the beat. And you'll kind of hear we've got this little bit of a click noise, so we can just always nudge a little bit to get rid of that, make it sound a little better. We'll take this snare. Maybe throw in some extra hi-hats, some kicks. Now we've made a whole new beat right here. We've got this at mono playback. We'll put it as a poly, so sounds a little more fluid. And of course, you can just kind of go to town with this. So now that we've got that, we can also do some other fun things with this. We'll take the same beat, we can right-click it, and we can use Live's Convert Drums to New MIDI Track. And Live will take that information, and it will produce a new MIDI track with a drum kit loaded already, and we can just play back with a new kit. So now my foundational beat has now become an electronic beat. You can even play them together. I love combining electronic drums with acoustic drums, and this is a really easy way to do it. And another thing we could even do, we could take our drum beats here, we can extract grooves, so you can get these grooves that I've made and use them on other beats in the future, so that you can get your tracks having certain kinds of grooves and feelings to it. I purposely didn't warp these too much because I wanted to get the subtleties of my playing, so that, you know, this note's a little bit early, this one might be a little bit late. It's just got the more human feel, and you can just extract the grooves and use these on any other tracks you want. So that's the pack. It's the Foundational Drums Sample Pack. It's designed to save you time, give you a nice creative place to start. They're all recorded acoustic drum samples and loops. There's 275 of these. So it's enough to keep you busy at much different tempos, all the way from 80 to 140. And I took all the samples and ran it through the Electron analog heat to get some saturation and compression, which sort of gives you this like nice hefty sound to the drums. We'll take out the 909 kit I have here. So it gives it a nice energy. So that's the pack. I hope you find it useful. It's saving me a lot of time already and giving me a lot of creative energy so I can get to making music faster. And that's the whole point of this. So thanks again. It's AfroDJMac. Have a great day.